Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, and this is your timeless romance reading, meaning that whenever this reading finds you, it is the best timing for you to receive it. Also, please check not only your sun, but your moon, rising, and Venus sign readings for additional context. You may also want to cross-watch and watch for a partner or a crush. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Now, today's reading, we're going to have the overall energy, and then on the left side here, we're going to take a look at the feminine or natural woman energy, the divine feminine. Over here on the right, we'll have the masculine, the divine masculine, natural man energy, and the connecting energies in the middle. If you happen to be in a same-sex relationship, just use your intuition to determine what energies you and the other person fall into. If you are interested in having your own personal romance reading, I will have a link in the description below where you can reach out to me. Also, find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Creators on the Crest. Now, I've done some pre-shuffling for this reading, so if you're interested in how I prepare for a tarot reading, I do have a video on my channel for that. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. Okay. Cancer, your overall energy for this reading is the King of Wands, the King of Wands. Wow, this is representing a true mastery of passion, of purpose, of fulfillment. We've got a Leo feeling energy to this, so there could be Leo energies involved, or the Venus energies of Leo could be involved here. This is a beautiful, passionate, and creative force that I'm feeling that this connection is going through at this time. So King of Wands coming in with a mastery of passion, a mastery of energy, a lot of fiery energy coming in, which is beautiful. That could mean a very sensual and sexual connection as well. Okay, let's take a look at her side here. She gets the Ten of Wands and the Two of Wands. Clarifying the Ten of Wands is the Ace of Swords, and clarifying the Two of Wands is the Four of Swords. Okay, and let's take a look at the masculine side here. He gets the Knight of Wands and the Sun. Beautiful energies there. And clarifying the Knight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles. Clarifying the Sun, the Three of Cups. All right, let's take a look at the connecting energies here. Here's the picture. And it says surrender. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and it will all work out. Yes, yes. And I feel like the more that these two individuals work on letting go of what they need to let go of, the more they'll come and connect in this passionate, surrendering energy. And there is that assurance that whatever either one of you might be going through, I definitely feel like things are going to work out. There may be some work involved. There usually always is. Let's take a look at her side real quick at the feminine. She has this Ten of Wands and the Ace of Swords. She's carrying a lot of burdens. She's carrying a lot of weights, but is really managing somehow to keep her head up through it all. I sense the masculine energy in the buck that is looking right at her, and there appear to be some other bucks in the background. So it's as if this feminine is really taking on a load of work to do with her passion. She may rightfully and willingly picked up this burden, but she is very focused on managing this at this time. It's clarified by the Ace of Swords, which brings even more of a feeling of mental determination. And I feel with these butterflies coming in and the roses that she's opening up and transforming like never before. That might have the masculine feeling a bit like a deer, the deer in the headlights, like what in the world is she doing? How can she be moving so much energy? How can she be carrying so much? How can she be doing so much? How can she be so determined in all this? But that is where she's at. That is where she's at with something that she's working on. It almost feels like a big passion project of some kind. Now, also running concurrently in her energy, and this is very interesting, she has the Two of Wands and the Four of Swords. So here we have someone who isn't really carrying any of those wands. They're just kind of looking between them. They're looking for the next. They could be looking for the next cycle and phase of this relationship. At this point, this person is viewing a white buck. So this may be her looking toward her masculine as in a renewed way, or seeing something about him that she didn't understand before. She's also clarifying this with the Four of Swords, which is an energy of healing. So this is healing, healing thoughts around maybe who she thought he was versus who he really is. Healing, things that have happened in the past, letting go things that have happened in the past. Really putting herself in a position of figuring out how to let go. Now, I don't see an active energy of letting go. Maybe if there has been some turmoil or some upheaval in this relationship, I see her being kind of frozen in this place, and the masculine energy could kind of be like, well, here you are out in the world, you're doing all this, you're so determined, you're carrying all these burdens, but here is underneath it all, in our relationship, things have cooled off. Things aren't at the, passionate level that I would like them to be at. And I feel like the masculine's kind of looking at her like, what the heck's going on, because... And here's what's interesting about his energy. So for the Cancer masculine, if this is you, you get the Knight of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Yes, you want to move forward with passion and with fire. You just don't know how. You don't know how, and you feel like you know what not to do, but you don't know what to do, even though you have the fire and passion. Now, I get this is both in your own personal growth, but also in the connection. So this is causing you a little confusion. You have passion, you have fire, momentum is required, but you're kind of taking your sweet time trying to figure out which way to move. And it's not just in the relationship, it's in your own life and your own gifts, talents, and abilities as well. So there's this bit of like, oh, well, I don't know how to do it. And you could be overthinking that a bit. And instead of just worrying about how it's all going to come together, just trust, surrender the old ways you've done it. You know what not to do. Let that go and then move forward with something in a new and different way, but move nonetheless. You get the Sun and you get the Three of Cups clarifying the Sun. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. You want joy. You want to be happy. The Three of Cups is a card of collaboration. I also feel like you may be taking a look at the feminine energy from different perspectives, as if you could be looking at how is my partner or the woman that I'm interested in like my mother? How is she like my sister? How is she like my ex? How is she different from them? And you could be having these kind of conversations in your mind when it comes to, really when you think about opening up to love, you want someone who's going to work with you. So you're looking at the different qualities that the other women in your life have had, influential women in your life, and you might be doing a little bit of comparison there. So on the one hand, that can be healthy as long as you keep it in the sense of not the people specifically, but the characteristics. So you're looking for certain characteristics. You're seeking that in the partnership. You're seeing if this feminine has it. Now, right now, she's a bit paused, a bit frozen when it comes to the relationship. She's doing some healing of her own. She's really focused on her journey of passion and growth and very, very determined toward that. So that at times could make you feel a little like, whoa, what do I do? Like, do I move toward her? Don't I move toward her? And the answer would be to move yourself in your own way and then let it go and let these energies come together with this energy of surrender in the middle. There is passion here. There is attraction. There is sensuality. There is that physical connection already there. Trust into that and surrender into not worrying too much about how, but just in the be. You want to be in the be instead of in the how, if that makes sense. Okay, let's take a look here. A little bit more about the connecting energies from the romance angels here. So what else would this feminine and masculine like us to know about the dynamic of this connection? Bit of deception. This came up for someone else too. This came up for Taurus. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Yeah. And with the natural passion connection, the encouragement to surrender, if somebody's wearing a false self mask, meaning they're trying to be someone they're not, or they're trying to say they want something when they really don't, that's gonna cause angst here. That's going to cause the confusion. That's going to cause her to retreat into herself, him to get more and more confused on this side. So, that deception is going to have to be also released and surrendered. It needs to be let go of. And I do think there's influences of past connections that are influencing this relationship. All the more reason to be in the be and not be overthinking about, well, this person's like that, and being careful of those comparisons, that you're really looking at qualities, characteristics, values, and not the actual people themselves, and making judgments from that perspective. So work to be done here on both sides, but this is important work, I feel like, for both people involved here. Let's get some messages from Alice's Romance Oracle from the feminine. So these are little message cards, and we're just going to get what the feminine would like us to know from her perspective in this dynamic. What's going on in her mind? I'm planning on calling you soon. Okay. So if you have been if you're the masculine, been trying to reach this person and they haven't been responding, they do have a plan to call you soon. They've got this Two of Wands here. If you're in a relationship, it might mean that they would want to sit down with you and have a deeper discussion soon, right? Where they really want to move forward out of this frozen energy. So that's a good sign, because that means they will be moving. I think you are out of my league. Yeah, so this feminine might have to... That might be the reason for some of her determination and her trying to build something of her own to kind of match, what she thinks you want in the energy. Now, this could play directly into this deception here, where she's really kind of presenting herself in a way that's through this insecurity of, I think you're too good for me, or you're out of my league. Instead of just being herself, right? And that could play into that deception that's kind of muddying the waters here of this connection. Okay, let's look at what the masculine wants us to know about his involvement. Your kindness has changed my life. So an acknowledgement of how kind this person truly is. Even though they may be focused on themselves, they could be a very nurturing. Cancerian energy is quite nurturing, but that's not the only sign that can express kindness. In fact, any sign can. And this is something very important to this masculine. I want to get back together. So again, like if you're in a connection, this could be the masculine wanting to come back around into this energy and feel you again like he once did. Or this could be separation that has happened in the energies. You may not be physically together, and that has caused, one person to go and focus on their passions and their material world and kind of throw their energy onto this, while they kind of underneath the surface try to heal, and the other person wanting to come forward but kind of going into a place of confusion, and then weighing out options, looking at the other women in their life like, what do I do here? What's going on? But it seems like in their heart of hearts, the masculine wants to be with this feminine. So let's take a look at your charms here. So charms are just a nice way to ice the cake. We're just going to get a pinch and see what this dynamic wants us to know with a little bit more detail here. Okay, first up we get the scissors. They're the fancy scissors. There's something that needs to be cut out. We need to cut out this deception. Either person, whatever side you identified with, how can you transmute this energy? So even if I saw it more over here with this, on this side of things, how can you make sure that that energy is, that your energy signature is clear of deception? That needs to be cut out. That needs to be let go. We have the butterfly, a sign of transformation. This connection is transforming. If you are together and have been for some time, we could be looking at a connection that is going through a major transformative cycle. Both people are kind of trying to figure out their side of the fence and how to come towards this and how to work through it. We got the headstrong energy of the rhinoceros or rhinoceros medicine. This is a charging forward. This could be more here on the masculine side with this Knight of Wands of like wanting to charge through it and just break through this already and come together. But again, you know, we've got to surrender to what has been before we can get into what is and what is moving forward, right? We have the Pegasus. You know, this is a symbol of air. It's a symbol of the wind beneath my wings. It's a symbol of the kindness that's being acknowledged here in this connection. And we have the open heart, which just represents pure love. And that both people in this connection are being asked to really open their hearts. First and foremost, opening their heart to themselves, and then being open to this connection as well. So, you know, some things need to be rearranged. Some energies are settling, surrendering into that. The new is definitely coming in, but both partners need to be willing to let go of the old. All right, Cancer, let me know what you thought of this reading in the comments. I absolutely love doing these readings. I would love to hear what you think of them. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, and I will see you next time.